royal title.
Queen Elizabeth says she wants Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, to be known as Queen Consort when Prince Charles becomes king.
For centuries, the British monarchy has survived scandals, wars, and political storms. But when crisis strikes the royal family, power rarely shifts in public. There are no announcements, no formal handovers. Instead, the change happens quietly, in closed meetings, in carefully staged public appearances, and sometimes in the silence between official statements. In February 2026, a new royal crisis erupted.
Christopher Anderson, royal expert and author of The King, The Life of King Charles III, says the Queen's decision to allow Camilla to take the title of Queen Consort actually has to do,
which signifies that she does not have any of her husband's sovereignty, nor does she share any of his political or military authority.
Prince Andrew, once a senior member of the royal family, was arrested by British police. Within hours, the story exploded across international headlines. Questions returned that the monarchy hoped had already faded away. Questions about accountability, about loyalty, and about whether the royal institution could survive another scandal. But inside Buckingham Palace, something unusual was already unfolding. King Charles continued his official duties.
She was the villain. She was the third person in the marriage. She needed to rehabilitate her image.
You and your brother both directly asked your dad not to marry Camilla.
Yes.
Why?
Engagements. And Prince William began appearing everywhere, across the country, across the media, across the monarchy's most important public moments. To many royal observers, it looked like more than coincidence. It looked like preparation. Because while Charles still wears the crown, some believe the future king may already be shaping the monarchy's next chapter. The crisis that triggered everything, February 19, 2026. The arrest of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor sent shockwaves through Britain.
As told by James and Kenneth John Panton in their 2011 book Historical Dictionary of the British Monarchy, King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla first crossed paths at a polo match in 1971.
The princess stopped breathing, and he, having rendered first aid, helped to bring her to her senses. Of course, it was a relief, because as the first person to arrive at the crash site, you want to save lives. And I thought that's exactly what I did, Xavier recalls.
Authorities began investigating allegations that could carry serious consequences for the reputation of the royal family. For years, Prince Andrew had been surrounded by controversy. But this development pushed the situation into an entirely new phase. And inside the palace, senior advisors immediately recognized the risk. Every royal scandal creates two problems, a legal problem and a reputational problem. The second one is often far more dangerous because the monarchy depends on something fragile: public trust. If that trust begins to break, the institution itself can come under pressure. And according to several royal commentators, the palace began moving quickly to protect that trust. At the center of those efforts was Prince William. William's long-standing concerns. Cut to archival footage of William. Royal insiders say William had been warning about the risks surrounding Prince Andrew for years.
Leadership. At the heart of these speculations is the question of whether King Charles III, whose health has reportedly been deteriorating due to cancer.
One of the most explosive palace confrontations reportedly happened behind closed doors in February 2026. According to insiders, Prince William confronted Queen Camilla directly over her friendship with Sarah Ferguson.
Those warnings date back to 2019. That year, Andrew gave a disastrous BBC interview attempting to defend his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Instead of calming the controversy, the interview made the situation worse. Public backlash was immediate, and within days, Andrew stepped away from official royal duties. But according to royal commentators, William believed the response should have been stronger. He reportedly warned senior members of the family that failing to distance the monarchy quickly could damage its credibility for years.
Former wife of Prince Andrew. The issue? Ferguson's name appearing in Epstein-related files and leaked emails requesting financial help from Epstein years ago. While no criminal wrongdoing,
William will inherit the throne immediately after his father's death. The Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton.
For William, the issue was not just personal, it was institutional. The monarchy survives only if people believe it operates with integrity. Protecting the crown, in his view, had to come before protecting individual family members. At the time, those warnings did not fully shape palace decisions, but years later, the situation would evolve exactly the way William feared. A king facing pressure, King Charles III became monarch in September 2022. At age 73, he was the oldest person ever to ascend to the British throne. He had spent decades preparing for the role, but his reign quickly faced unexpected challenges. In early 2024, Charles was diagnosed with cancer. The palace confirmed that he began treatment immediately. Despite the illness, the king continued performing public duties. Yet the diagnosis inevitably raised questions about the future, because the British monarchy is not only about the present, it is about succession. Who leads next? Who carries the crown forward? And whether the next generation is ready. At the same time, another shock struck the royal household: Kate's health battle.
One of the most explosive palace confrontations reportedly happened behind closed doors in February 2026.
Disclosed that Queen Camilla made a 7-word request to King Charles after her headwear nearly flew off during windy Commonwealth Day conditions.
In March 2024, Catherine, Princess of Wales, revealed that she had also been diagnosed with cancer following abdominal surgery. For months, she stepped away from public life while undergoing preventative chemotherapy. The news deeply affected the nation. Catherine had become one of the most popular members of the royal family. Her absence left a visible gap, but as her treatment progressed, she slowly returned to public engagements. And when she did, her role appeared larger than before, because Catherine is not simply William's wife. Within the modern monarchy, she has become one of its most effective public representatives. Calm, measured, disciplined. During times of uncertainty, those qualities matter enormously. The heir takes a larger role. Over the past year, Prince William's responsibilities have expanded dramatically. Public appearances increased, policy discussions intensified. And behind the scenes, William reportedly began taking part in key decisions about the monarchy's direction. One symbolic step came when Charles granted William and Catherine the authority to issue royal warrants. These endorsements allow members of the royal family to publicly support certain businesses and products associated with the crown. It may sound ceremonial, but historically, monarchs guard that privilege carefully.
If King Charles III dies and Prince William ascends the throne, Camilla will no longer be the queen. Her new title will be Queen Dowager.
According to insiders, Prince William confronted Queen Camilla directly over her friendship with Sarah Ferguson.
Granting that authority signaled growing trust in William's leadership, and possibly something more. It suggested that the future king was already being prepared for a more active role in managing the monarchy's reputation. William's vision for a modern monarchy. Prince William has long hinted that he wants the monarchy to operate differently from previous generations. His approach is often described as more structured, more accountable, more similar to how a modern organization functions. This philosophy can already be seen in the Royal Foundation, the charity he runs alongside Catherine.
Additional name given to a widowed queen who is not the mother of the reigning king. Catherine, William's wife, will become the queen.
The Princess of Wales and the Queen Consort were compelled to hold on to their hats as they entered Westminster Abbey for the yearly service.
Unlike traditional royal projects, the foundation operates with corporate-style leadership. It has a CEO, a board of directors, clear goals and measurable results, regular updates for the public. According to people familiar with William's thinking, he believes the monarchy must evolve to remain relevant, not through dramatic revolution, but through gradual strategic reform, changes that make the institution more transparent, more efficient, and more responsive to public expectations. But not everyone inside royal circles agrees with that approach. Tensions within the palace. Royal families are not just institutions, they are families, and families carry loyalties, friendships, and long histories. One sensitive issue involves Queen Camilla's relationship with Sarah Ferguson, the former wife of Prince Andrew. Camilla and Sarah have known each other for decades.
Former wife of Prince Andrew. The issue? Ferguson's name appearing in Epstein-related files and leaked emails requesting financial help from Epstein years ago. While
Edward and Sophie clasped hands with some guests as soon as they entered the monastery before congregating for a brief conversation before making their way to their seats.
long before either became part of the royal household. Their friendship dates back to the 1970s. But in the context of the Andrew scandal, even old friendships can create complications. Some insiders suggest William believes the monarchy must create a clear separation from anyone connected to ongoing controversies. His approach is simple: protect the institution first, avoid any association that could damage public trust. But Camilla reportedly views the situation differently. She believes loyalty matters. Ending decades-long friendships because of indirect connections may feel unnecessary. That difference in perspective has reportedly created quiet tension inside royal circles. Not a public conflict, but a disagreement about strategy and about how the monarchy should navigate difficult moments.
Camilla cannot be Queen Mother because she is not William's biological mother. That title is reserved solely.
A new generation of royal leadership. Despite internal debates, one trend has become clear. Prince William and Catherine are increasingly seen as the monarchy's future. When crises emerge, public attention shifts toward them. They represent stability, continuity, and renewal. For many observers, this transition is already underway. The current king remains in charge.
Subscribing and liking. As Camilla, Ned, William and Kate, her grandson, appears to question.
No criminal wrongdoing was proven. The association alone created.
But the next generation is steadily assuming greater influence. And as the Andrew scandal continues to unfold, that influence may grow even further. Because during times of uncertainty, people often look toward the future. What this means for the monarchy. The British monarchy has survived for more than 1,000 years. It has adapted repeatedly to political change, to social change, to cultural change. And every generation must decide how the institution evolves. Prince William appears to believe that the next phase requires a smaller, more focused royal family.
A reputational nightmare for the monarchy during Andrew's arrest scandal.
Solely for the king's actual mother, as was the case with Queen Elizabeth.
Fewer working royals, clearer standards of accountability, and a stronger commitment to protecting the reputation of the crown. Whether those changes happen gradually or quickly remains to be seen. But one thing seems certain: the monarchy is entering a new chapter, and the people shaping that chapter may already be standing at the center of the stage.
Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, after George VI's death. Camilla will retain royal status.
For now, King Charles remains the monarch. Queen Camilla continues her public work, and the royal family presents a united front. But history shows that the most important transitions often begin long before the crown changes hands, in quiet meetings, in subtle decision, is in moments when the next generation begins carrying more of the institution's weight. Prince William is still the heir. But as the monarchy navigates one of its most delicate periods in years, the future king may already be helping guide its path forward